Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to everyone. I am Waleed Bhatti, Company Secretary of Jahangir Siddiqui and Company Limited. Joining me today are Mr. Asad Nasir, Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. Mohammad Babardeen, Chief Financial Officer of the company. On behalf of the management of JSCL, I would like to warmly welcome all the participants to the corporate briefing session for the year ended December 31st, 2025. We appreciate your time and continued interest in JSCL and the JS Group. Moving forward, I would like to invite our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Mohammad Babardeen, to present the financial overview, strategic direction, performance of the company, and our continued commitment towards social responsibility and sustainable impact for the year ended December 31st, 2020.
Thank you, Waleed. Next slide, please. Before we begin, participants are advised to go through the disclaimer statement, as this presentation is for information purposes only and does not constitute investment advice or an offer to invest. Next. This is the basic structure of our presentation. We will start with the brief company profile, and then we'll move forward with other information, and we will end on the question and answer session. Jahangir Siddiqui and Company Limited is one of Pakistan's leading investment holding company, having investment in conventional and Islamic banking, asset management, brokerage, general insurance, and other long-term investment. It enjoys a credit rating of long-term AA and in short-term A1+, and has a market capitalization of PKR 22.1 billion as of December 31st, 2025. Apart from these investments, JSCL also has three CSR entities. During the year, PKR 354 million were spent on the betterment of less privileged members of our society. 264 individuals were provided support for training and education, whereas the total employees of JS Group stood at around 14,000 professionals. Next. Regarding investment philosophy, JSCL follows a disciplined long-term investment approach grounded in objectivity and a clear understanding of business fundamentals, provides steady support to investing companies without active involvement, employs minimum leverage, prudently stays within its core competencies, and maintains a diversified portfolio across listed and unlisted equities. Next. This is the group structure of JS Group. Under JSCL, on the listed side is JS Bank, that's the direct subsidiary of JSCL. Under JS Bank is Bank Islami, JS Investments, and JS Global. And under JS Bank Islami is BIPL Exchange, which recently formed here. Apart from listed subsidiaries, we also have unlisted subsidiaries in energy, infrastructure, telecom, and LPG sector. We have significant investments in EFU General, EFU Life Insurance, and on non-financial sector, Sitara Chemicals, SG9, and others. Apart from that, we also have short-term trading portfolio. JS Group is present across all provinces of Pakistan, including Azad Jammu and Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. JS Bank has 317 branches, whereas BIPL has 569 branches as of December 31st, 2025. We are also present in outside Pakistan in Bahrain and Cayman Islands. This is the financial snapshot on unconsolidated basis. The total assets of the company stood at 36.83 billion as compared to PKR 34.27 billion last year, reflecting an increase of 7.47%. The major change is in the value of our investments. This appreciation was largely supported by the strong performance of KC 100 index during the year ended December 31st, 2025. The major event during the year was a successful redemption of preference shares of the company, which resulted in reduction in finance costs and strengthened the overall capital structure of the company. The total equity stood at 33.38 billion as compared to PKR 32.84 billion, resulting in breakup value of PKR 36.45 per share. Next. This is the profit and loss for the year December 31st, 2025. The company recorded total income of PKR 1.1 billion as compared to 1 billion last year, reflecting an increase of 4.22%. The main revenue drivers of the company are the dividend income and capital gains. Operating expenses also rose due to increase in payroll costs and inflationary impact on other expenses. On the other hand, finance costs declined during the year due to redemption of preference shares. Resultantly, the company's total profit after tax stood at PKR 326 million as compared to PKR 397 million last year. The earning per share for the year was 0.36 as compared to 0.43 last year. Next. This is the consolidated financial position of the group. The total assets of the group increased to PKR 1,437 billion as compared to 1,378 billion last year, reflecting an increase of 4.3%. Total equity stood at 100 billion as compared to 94 billion last year, resulting in breakup value of PKR 109.46 per share. Regarding financial performance on consolidated basis, the group recorded total income of PKR 171 billion as compared to 239 billion last year. The decrease in the total income is mainly due to the reduced interest rates during the year. The total expenses also decreased to PKR 151 billion, mainly due to decrease in finance cost. Resultantly, the group's total profit after tax stood at PKR 10.3 billion as compared to 13 billion last year. EPS for the year was 7.08% as compared to 7.03 last year. This is the historical performance of JSCL for the last 4 years. The company maintained a stable and strengthening financial position over the last 4 years, supported primarily by steady growth in investment and reserves. Investment increased from 31.9 billion in 2022 to 36.5 billion in 2025, reflecting a CAGR of 4.6%, while the total equity grew to PKR 33.4 billion with a CAGR of 3.4%. Breakup value per share also improved consistently. The company further maintained a prudent liability profile with both current and non-current liabilities showing a declining trend over the period. Next. Regarding financial performance, P&L, the company's unconsolidated profitability remained resilient over the historical period despite market volatility. Investment income continued to be the primary contributor to the profitability, supported by gains on sale of investment. Finance costs declined significantly over the period, reflecting improved financial management. Next. This is the historical consolidated performance. It's the balance sheet. The group demonstrated strong balance sheet growth over the historical period, with the total assets increasing from PKR 646 billion in 2022 to 1.44 trillion in 2025, reflecting a CAGR of 16.3%. The total equity also grew steadily at a CAGR of 15.6% to PKR 100 billion, supported by overall business expansion and profitability. Breakup value per share improved significantly from 49.87 per share in 2022 to 109.46 in 2025, highlighting enhanced shareholder value over the period. Regarding consolidated P&L historical performance, the group delivered strong historical growth, with the total income increasing from 79.9 billion in 2022 to PKR 171 billion in 2025, reflecting a CAGR of 28.9%. Profit before tax grew substantially to PKR 22.9 billion, while profit after tax increased to PKR 10.4 billion, demonstrating resilient operational performance despite market and economic challenges. Earnings per share also remained healthy over the period, highlighting group's consistent profitability and value for shareholders. These are some key business risks that the company faces that include liquidity risk, compliance, credit, operational and reputational risk. Appropriate measures and internal controls are in place to mitigate these risks and to support smooth and sustainable business operations. Next. Next. This is all with the financial side. Now I would invite Mr. Waleed Bhatti to brief the participants on the CSR activities of the group.
Thank you, sir. JSCL strongly believes that the sustainable corporate success must go hand in hand with social responsibility and continued development. The group continues to undertake CSR initiatives through its dedicated social welfare entities, namely the Mahavish and Jahangir Siddiqui Foundation, Future Trust, and Fakhre Imdad Foundation. Collectively, these entities remain focused on healthcare, education, vocational training, women empowerment, and environmental sustainability. During 2025, the group's CSR initiatives impacted thousands of lives through direct and indirect interventions, with overall resources spent amounting to approximately PKR 354 million. One of the key focus areas remained healthcare and community support through Future Trust and Jahangir Siddiqui Hospital at Sevan, which is being managed by Indus Hospital. Since inception, the hospital has provided medical treatment and consultation to more than 186,000 patients and continues to improve healthcare accessibility for underserved communities. In addition, the Mother and Child Healthcare Center established in Sevan has continued to support maternal and newborn healthcare services, while the inauguration of a state-of-the-art laboratory further enhanced the diagnostic capabilities during the year. The group continued supporting educational and inclusion-focused initiatives, including support for the JS Academy for the Deaf in collaboration with Noor-e-Ali Trust, as well as contribution towards organizations for neurodiverse children and special needs communities. On the environmental side, initiatives such as Fresh Air Project and the Urban Forest Initiative reflect the group's growing focus on sustainability, environmental awareness, and climate-conscious community development. Furthermore, through Mahavish and Jahangir Siddiqui Foundation, the group has continued to collaborate with several reputable international humanitarian organizations, including UN agencies and global relief institutions, for disaster response, humanitarian assistance, and sustainable development initiatives. At JCL, we view CSR not merely as a corporate obligation, but as a long-term commitment towards creating meaningful and sustainable social impact for the communities we serve. So that is it with our presentation. We will now move forward to the question and answer session. I would request all the participants to kindly raise their hands so we can take the questions one by one. If there are any questions, please let us know. If there are no questions, then we would like to conclude our CBS. Thank you all for joining the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.